Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Anthony.
Today, we start a 2-day program for you in the book club section. So we'll be taking a look at a new and interesting book for you. Please turn to page 18 in your magazine and let's get started.
OK， 今天我们要介绍主题呢是好书俱乐部里面的爱之船台北 Loveboat Taipei。事实上呢，这个东西呢跟船没有关系，而是一个文化活动。而这个东西话跟我之前在大学时候的经历也有一点点关系哦。好，在这里的话呢，就是有一个非常有趣的文化活动，让海外的这些华侨啊等等，他们可以回国来到台湾这边呢，可以了解一下他们的文化的根源。好，在这里的话，我们今天讲的主题很有趣，这是一个2天的这种节目。OK， 我们来看看今天内容吧。
All right, the first sentence, of course. Years ago, Taiwan started a cultural program for overseas Taiwanese and Chinese college students. Years ago. We don't know exactly, but it's not very recent, nor is it a long time ago. Years ago, I would guess 2, 3, 4, 5 years or so. Taiwan started, someone in the government in Taiwan began or started a cultural program. The point of the program was to share culture or teach culture for overseas Taiwanese and Chinese college students. Overseas, of course, 国外. They live overseas. Maybe they were born overseas as well. And then we would call them a second or maybe even third generation Chinese because they weren't born here in Taiwan.
没错，老师刚刚提到这个海外的可能第2代甚至第3代的这个移民。好，老师呢刚刚这边还有一个字，我们可以顺便补充一下 ，immigrant。immigrant 的意思就是移民者的意思，就是移民到海外的。它的拼法是 immigrant。immigrant 如果是要加 s 的话，就变成复数 immigrants。好，在这边的话，我们看到第一句话说 years ago， 好，大概多年前呢，好 ，Taiwan started a cultural program。那台湾呢，它就开始了一个文化的一个活动，给谁呢？For overseas Taiwanese and Chinese college students， 对于海外的这种台湾或是中国的这种学生呢，可能他们都是华人嘛，对不对？他们就办了一个这种寻根的这种文化活动，让他们回来可以了解一下他们自己当地的文化。
Through the program, students are invited to Taiwan each summer through the program, by way of the program, or what does the program do? Through the program, students are invited to Taiwan. Remember, they're overseas Chinese, and they're invited to come to Taiwan each summer. This program lasted every year, every summer, of course, because that's summer vacation for students, to learn about their roots. Now we know why they have been invited by Taiwan to stay in Taiwan during the summer. First, learn about their roots. Where do they come from, or where do their parents or grandparents come from? What is Chinese society like? Take Mandarin classes is the second point. This happens to almost all immigrants. The children born from immigrants rarely speak the language that their parents speak, or they only know a little bit, and so they can learn Mandarin, which is the official Chinese dialect of the many, many, many Chinese dialects. And 3, have some fun along the way, to enjoy being away from home for a period of time. And in the summer is the time to play. So there are classes, but there's plenty of time to meet other people, go places, and have fun.
没错，所以这个文化活动它本身有好几个目的可以做得到。好，来看它这个地方，他说 through the program， 在这个活动里面，透过这个活动呢 ，students are invited to Taiwan each summer。好，在这里的话，这些海外学生呢都会被邀请到台湾来。事实上，我去查了一下，我会看说，好像我很有印象，后来才去查到，没错，以前在大学的时候，我在大学的时候呢，就有人跟我提到说，有一个非常有趣的，就是海外青年暑假返国研习营。 那个时候是救国团办的，那时候我朋友问我说，你要不要去那边当那个接待，可以接待很多来自海外的青年，跟他们交朋友等等，就是这一项。然后他们的那个地点是在健谈的海外青年活动中心。好，所以那时候我觉得哇，好像有点印象。他就告诉你在这里面可以做些什么。好，文章里面就提到说了，好 ，to learn about their roots， 他们来这个地方可以有一个寻根之旅，对不对？了解一下他们父母亲甚至祖父母辈的文化。And take Mandarin classes and have some fun along the way。好，同时呢可以学中文，而且呢还可以交朋友，顺便有享受一下这种乐趣。
Okay, now let's look at our second paragraph. Having fun and meeting other students is a big part of the experience. So we mentioned that students will learn about their roots, they will study Mandarin, so this is maybe classes where they learn things. But the third point was to just relax, have some fun, meet new people. And that's a big part of the experience, especially from the student's point of view.
没错，除了寻根之外，对不对？你还有机会认识许多其他，也许你是来自美国的，然后呢，有些是来自澳洲的，或是来自其他像加拿大等等各个不同地方的这些海外青年。So having fun and meeting other students is a big part of the experience， 就是交朋友嘛。
Okay, let's finish this paragraph. In fact, actually, the program is better known by its nickname, Loveboat. Now, we have an official title or an official name for this program, but what do the kids call it? For short, they just say, hey, Loveboat. Everybody knows what that means. Why? Because of its reputation, the fame that this organization or this program has for its students, its reputation as a good place for finding a long-term love interest. You can meet people. And in the summer vacation, come on, these are college students. Maybe they will allow themselves to develop a very close relationship or a summer fling. A fling is, again, a close relationship, but it usually doesn't last longer than a summer.
所以在这里的话你就知道了哈。他说 ，In fact， 事实上呢，这样的活动 is better known by its nickname。事实上它有个昵称，大家也比较知道这个昵称叫做爱之船 （Loveboat）。Why? Because of its reputation. Reputation 指的是名声，什么样的名声呢？As， 它这边会用一个这个 as 这个介系词，以这样的名声哈 ，as a good place for finding a long-term love interest or a summer fling。A long-term love interest 就是寻找一个可以长久经营的恋爱对象，因为很多人像我自己的朋友，还有一些海外的这些回国的这些朋友们，他们的父母都会希望说，哎呀，拜托你不要找一个外国人，你找一个同样是华裔的好不好？他们居然会有这样子的要求，所以在这种情况之下，在这个爱之船这样子的一个 cultural program 里面去寻找对象，其实是刚刚好的。还有就是说 or a summer fling。Fling 的意思感觉就是一个轰轰烈烈的夏日恋情，但是通常不会太长久。
Phew, I'm hot. Let's take a break. Welcome back. Let's continue. Paragraph 3. Abigail Hing Wen was on her way to Harvard when she received an invitation to attend the Loveboat study tour. Now we find out a person who is writing about these experiences that people have on the Loveboat in the United States. She was a Taiwanese student studying at Harvard University in Boston, and she received an invitation from the government to spend her summer in this program, and she accepted.
所以在这里的话，我们第三段终于看到了我们今天的这个书的这个作者啊，他的中文名字叫邢丽文，好，邢丽美，好，邢丽这个邢的话还蛮特别，这个姓氏哦，所以在这里的话是 Abigail Hing Wen， 这个 Wen 的话是她的这个丈夫的名字，还有冠夫姓，所以他就说啦，当时呢，她是在was on her way to Harvard， 好，她就是在那个哈佛念书的时候 ，when she received an invitation to attend the Loveboat study tour。然后接到救国团邀请说，哎，你要不要来参加我们这个文化活动？好，叫做 Loveboat， 他们自己戏称为 Loveboat， 他就这样子跟台湾结了缘。
Years later, Once again, we have the same expression. A few years later, a couple of years later, some years later, she decided to write a young adult novel. That is a book, fiction book, which would attract or interest young adults, not me, called Loveboat Taipei. And notice the 斜体字 here because that is the name of the book she wrote. And what about it? The book is loosely based on her own experience. Because she participated in Loveboat Taipei, she could write about it, but it was not like a diary. On the first day I did this, and then I did that. She used the situation and imagined other people living through it.
没错，所以这边这句话我们来看一下喽。他说 ，Years later， 经过多年之后呢 ，she decided to write a young adult novel。好，老师刚刚有提到说 ，not for me， 不是为了我写的。好 ，young adult novel 就是那种比较给那种20几岁的这种年轻人，因为刚好这个年纪也是参加这种海外文化活动这个年纪，20、21岁的这种年轻人呢。好，这个书名叫做 Loveboat Taipei， 好，爱之船台北。Which is loosely based on her own experience。所以老师刚刚就提到说，哦，这不是那个做那种日记啦或传记式的写作，它是根据他的经验，再稍微描绘一下，增加一些不同的那种风貌，或是听听其他人的故事，然后把它会变成一本。所以大体上是用他的一些经历 ，loosely 就是稍微用了一些。所以很多时候你会听到说，哦，这个词 can be loosely translated， 意思就是。大概可以翻成怎样，但是不是很精确的这种情况下，我们可以使用 loosely 来表达。所以他说这本书呢，其实有稍微用到一些他个人参加这个爱之船文化活动这样的经验，搭配其他的一些人的故事，写成了一本小说。
Abigail's path to becoming a writer wasn't all fun and games. She decided to write a novel, but anyone who writes a book or a novel will tell you,You don't just sit down and start writing and then you finish your book. It's really quite difficult.
没错，所以这里面话要特别注意一下 ，Abigail's path to 这个 to 的话是介系词，所以后面的动词 become 要变成 becoming 啊，这是要小心的地方。Abigail's path to becoming a writer wasn't all fun and games。如果说什么东西 wasn't all fun and games， 就是不是很顺遂，不是这样一路顺风顺水的就可以做完的，是中间很辛苦的。怎么样辛苦呢？下面这一段会告诉你。
Okay, so what does this all mean? She wanted to become a writer. This was a dream of hers. She liked writing and she wondered what it would be like to be an author, but she was afraid to tell her parents. As we know, many, if not most Chinese parents, you should be a doctor, a lawyer, a professor, something like this, and they think that being an author, especially a fiction or novel author, might be a waste of time. They worry about the security of their children. So she was afraid to talk to her folks because she thought, like most Chinese parents, they wouldn't approve. They would not trust her. They would not allow her to do it.
所以在这个地方，老师刚刚提到一个 her folks， 这个 her folks 的话，意思就是 her parents。很多时候 folks 不见得一定是指父母亲，
对，
有的时候 hey folks 就是大家 hey guys 的他的那种感觉。所以有的时候你听的时候要听上下文才知道 folks 到底是什么，是指的是父母呢，还是大伙们呢？等等，它的拼法是 folks。好 ，folks， 好，这个时候可以这样讲。那整句话呢？他说 ，She had always wanted to become a writer。这边要特别注意，它使用的是过去完成式。过去完成式在使用的时候，一定有一个条件，它必须要有一个过去的时间点当做它的这个结束点。我们来看看是什么。But she was afraid to tell her parents。好，也看到了对不对 ？She was afraid， 她很害怕告诉她的父母，但在害怕告诉父母这个过去的时间点之前，她早就已经想要当一个作家，想很久了。这时候就可以使用过去完成式 ，because she thought they wouldn't approve。因为老师刚刚讲到说，很多的父母都希望移民过去的第二代、第三代，如果要很快的让这个家里头变得社会地位提升的话，就是做医师啊，或是做教授啦，或是做律师啊这种三师的行业，这样的话能够让这个地位很快的提升，所以大家父母都会希望孩子们选择这些职业。
Okay, let's take another short break and then we'll finish up. Okay, welcome back. Let's continue. Abigail became a successful lawyer instead, so she followed the path or dream of her parents, but her love for writing never died. This was her original interest. She wanted to please her parents, and she did, but she also thought, boy, would I like to write a book.
所以在这边最后一段呢，他就提到说了 ，Abigail became a successful lawyer instead。那他呢，他就还是继续坚持做他这个律师。然后呢 ，But her love for writing never died。但他对于写作的那种热情呢，却没有因为这样子而忘记而消逝，他还是保有写作的热情。
During her spare time, she worked on Loveboat Taipei. Well, no matter what profession you have, you always have some spare or free time to do what you want to do. And she didn't waste that time. She practiced writing or thought about a story that she would make into a novel.
没错，所以这边的话 ，during her spare time 就是闲暇的时候，好，闲暇的时间，你也可以常听到人家讲说 leisure time， 好 ，leisure time 也是那种时间，你可以自由运用的。She worked on Loveboat Taipei， 她就呢花时间在写这本《爱之船台北》。
Her book's main character faces a similar dilemma: how to pursue your dreams while still honoring your parents. So remember, the book is loosely based on her own life. So she didn't write about herself. She imagined a young woman in her position in a similar situation with parents who wanted their child to be a success in life, earn a lot of money in life. That is a similar dilemma. It's sort of the same problem that she had in her real life. And exactly what is that problem? How to pursue your dreams, how to follow, we often say, follow your dreams. Make your dreams come true while still honoring your parents, while still doing what your parents tell you to do. But on the side, something extra, you do what you really want to do.
没错，这相信也是很多人他可能会碰到的困境。爸妈希望你走的道路是什么？你自己真正想走的道路是什么？可能中间会有一些小小的冲突跟矛盾。在这边他就提到这个概念啊、Her book's main character， 这个 main character 就是主角的意思。Faces a similar dilemma。dilemma 的意思就是两难的困境。那 similar 的话是相对于这个我们的作者来说的，作者呢，他很想要当作家，可是呢，他爸妈希望他当律师，他选择了当律师，然后但是呢，同时呢，他找零碎时间来写作。那他就要告诉你这个课题是什么 ？How to pursue your dreams？ 如何去追求你的梦想 ？While still honoring your parents， 但是同时能够可能光宗耀祖，能够让父母觉得，哎，你做的职业好让我觉得很有面子，让大家觉得说，很棒，你有为家族争了一口气。
Okay, that finishes today's lesson, but remember, part 2 is tomorrow. Now, we have a very short review for you. In the third paragraph, we have Abigail's path to becoming. Now, we can also use the words, the easier words, route, R-O-U-T-E, R-O-U-T-E, or even way, W-A-Y, the way to something. The route to something is the same thing as path.
所以 path 这个字有 route 或者是 way 来表达来代换，有的时候 R-O-U-T-E， 有的时候你会听到外国人念成 route， 然后这在不同地方的话会有不同的念法 ，route 都是指路线的意思。
Okay, that's it for today's lesson. You join us tomorrow when we finish Loveboat Taipei. Till then, bye-bye.
第18页，好书俱乐部，爱之船，台北。
Loveboat Taipei. Years ago, Taiwan started a cultural program for overseas Taiwanese and Chinese college students. Through the program, students are invited to Taiwan each summer to learn about their roots, take Mandarin classes, and have some fun along the way. Having fun and meeting other students is a big part of the experience. In fact, the program is better known by its nickname, Loveboat, because of its reputation as a good place for finding a long-term love interest or a summer fling. Abigail Hing-wen was on her way to Harvard when she received an invitation to attend the Loveboat study tour. Years later, she decided to write a young adult novel called Loveboat Taipei, which is loosely based on her own experience. Abigail's path to becoming a writer wasn't all fun and games. She had always wanted to become a writer, but she was afraid to tell her parents because she thought they wouldn't approve. Abigail became a successful lawyer instead, but her love for writing never died. During her spare time, she worked on Loveboat Taipei. Her book's main character faces a similar dilemma: how to pursue your dreams while still honoring your parents.